well bowled. So again, I just opened up a little bit. My back hip came around, took the outside half. I probably should have been trying to smother that a bit more, a bit faster on my feet. Righto legends, welcome to this review of my first ever bat in India. This was a couple of years ago now. The reason we're doing this is I was due to be in India with our group of cricket mentoring athletes right now. So it was meant to be day 2 of our first group with cricketers from all over the world. So unfortunately that's not going ahead. So we're putting through some old Indian content and trying to give you guys value. So this is the video of me batting for the first time in the nets at KOC. Just taken guard. I usually mark middle stump, but then I move my guard depending on what bowler I'm facing. So if the ball, I'm facing a left arm spinner, nice full toss to start. That was a good way to get underway. If I'm facing a left arm spinner spinning it away, then I'll bat on leg stump and I'll look to open up the offside and hit with the spin. The cameraman's a bit shaky here at the moment. Well, that's a wide. I don't think we had a tripod. I think I had one of the Indian guys just holding the camera. So it's a bit shaky in all over the place, but it does get better. So bear with us. Another left arm spinner, well bowled. Played that one pretty well. Probably could have got my head further forward. I sort of let that spin a bit. Unfortunately, didn't spin too much. I could have smothered that one a bit more. Oh, shocking camera work. Shocking. Quick bowler. Squared up a bit there. That probably middle stump looked like should have gone down the ground or through mid on rather than on the offside. Squared up and played inside out. All right, hopefully the camera work gets better here, guys. That wasn't very good. Oh, that's a good shot. I'm happy with that. Half volley. Nice sort of weight transfer into the ball. Oh, the bowler's taking a tumble there. He was all right, I think. Not a bad shot. When it's full, that was against the spin. When it's really full, you can play against the spin. But generally, if it's not so full, you try and hit with the spin. So I got away with that one. All right, we're zooming in here. Nice little wobble of the shoulders, relax, full toss. Thanks for coming. I think these bowlers were pretty good. But obviously I got a couple of bad balls early on, which was nice. That one I'm asking him, it looked like I picked it out of his hand. His action was different. So instead of spinning over the ball, it looked like he'd sort of pushed it out differently, and it was the deucerer. Oh, Nintin leggy. Well, that could have been out. Scooped it in the air. He was quite a good leggy. Young Nintin. All right. We've zoomed in here. We're really zoomed in. Now we're zooming out. That's better. Good camera work. We're down at ground level now. So I always like to tap my bat. Another full toss, handy. Got over the top of that. Always like to tap my bat and be nice and relaxed and have rhythm in my tap. And then wiggle my toes, relax my shoulders if I need to. Well bowled. So again, I just opened up a little bit. My back hip came around, took the outside half. I probably should have been trying to smother that a bit more, a bit faster on my feet. Okay, really full ball. Clipped it into mid-wicket. I'm chatting behind Andrew Walton, my good mate. Waldo's standing behind the net, so I'm chatting to him. I think he was getting some Instagram stories. Obviously, we're trying to document out. I'm talking to the camera there, talking to Instagram, saying this is my first bat in India. Nice and relaxed, short ball. I think I said I'm loving it. Those of you might remember that. I'm using my own bat, my own pads, my own gloves, my own thigh pad, but not my own helmet. I didn't take my helmet, so the helmet was a bit different. I had really long hair there, not sure about that hair, but always trying to keep my eyes level. Okay, so that was the deucerer again. So left arm orthodox, and as you will have seen, it spun in. So there I am talking to him saying, and he's bowled it, so rather than spinning away, it spun in, the deucerer. And I went to late cut it and had to adjust after it pitched because it was, it obviously spun the opposite direction to what I thought. Not sure if I picked it out of the hand or not. So nice and relaxed, eyes level, lap sweep. Okay, so I went early. It's a premeditated shot. I'm not good enough to be able to see it and then play the lap sweep. So I premeditate, try and wait as long as I can, and then get down, try and get right out to the ball and lap paddle it nice and fine. That was a great shot. That was the leggy Nintin, I think. Not liking this angle of the camera very much, but he bowled a tossed up leggy and I came down, used my feet, head stayed still and I hit it over mid off. So nice shot, I'm happy with that. Didn't tap that time, that's a good shot. They're bowling quite full here. They didn't quite have their length right so far. I think I'm batting quite well so far. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts. Okay, that's a bit shorter and get right back, punch it, no run there. If it was a one-day game, I probably would have looked to hit that a bit squarer in front of point, but that was a decent enough shot, hit the middle of the bat, top hand strong. Oh, don't fall over. Don't fall over, got to keep that back foot down. The keeper's up, the keeper would have been waiting, ready to take the bails off if I fell over. So even in practice there's no keeper. I'm always trying to make sure I don't let myself fall over and let that back foot raise to give the keeper a chance. Another full toss, single or two out to the sweeper. There's a little trick I used to do with the tennis ball and tennis racket. Pick it up with my bat, sort of racket and shoe. So I do that sometimes with the cricket bat and ball. A little bit of glam. Oh, well bowled. That's one of the better ones. That was a better length, and I had to really challenge my forward defence. I had to really get out and block it nice and straight, head and weight forward. A few people behind the net wondering what's going on, who this guy is. Okay, I'm happy with that. Got my weight back, clipped it square. There's usually a gap square of the wicket, so that probably was one. I'm actually pretty happy with how I'm batting here. What do you reckon, guys? Do you think I'm hitting them all right? How do you think I'm playing my first bat in India? I think it was May 2018. Used my feet. Bat turned in my hand there. I didn't quite have my top wrist strong enough. It wasn't fully balanced either. My back leg spun around. Needed to be a bit stronger, but I still hit it okay. Oh, well bowled. Well bowled. That nearly beat me. That was a better length. I didn't really commit forward there. I was a bit stuck. A little bit stuck, and at least I played it late, but I could have got out to it a bit better. Oh, that stayed a bit low, but fortunately I was still in balance, headed forward of my leg. Even though I went back, my head was forward of my leg, and I was able to then work it square of the wicket for a single. If there's no square leg, which often there isn't. A few boys behind. Another lap, wrong length, wrong line, and looks a bit silly then, but might have got a single in front of point depending on what the field is. But again, that's the danger of going premeditating, going down early. I was expecting it to be full and straight and lap it, but it wasn't. It was slow and wide. Maybe he saw me doing it. Okay, something that I've never been very good at is get right back and use the depth of my crease. I think I load too much weight under my front foot, but sort of a no tap there, York to myself. Always trying to work on getting really deep in my crease, really deep, and use the depth of my crease to give me more time, be able to hit the ball on the top of its bounce. No tap again. Another sort of full ball, full toss. I think the bowling was pretty generous to me here this day. I think they're good bowlers, and I faced them again at another time, and they're very good bowlers, but I think they've been very generous to me this day. I'm getting a bit lazy with my tap there, not fully balanced. I got back, but I lifted my front foot and all my weight was too far back, not balanced at all. Oh, over the top. Again, didn't quite get it. Lifted my back foot, weight, always more power with both feet on the ground. So my back foot lifted, and then I sort of bottom hand took over a bit, didn't engage my front side as much. Still hit it pretty well, probably a few runs, but not as good as it could have been. Okay, yep, see there, I'm trying to tell myself, cover that off stump, get across further. I want to try and really get across, cover off stump comfortably, not just, but so a little forward press, head forward, then I'm able to work the ball against the spin with a lot of bottom hand there. Probably no run, straight at mid wicket. I think I'm having a chat to the boys behind. Oh, I actually think I asked what shot they wanted, and they said a reverse sweep. What is going on here with the camera work? Dear me, that's a better angle at least. Okay, toes are wobbling, wiggling. Oh, there's a sweep, happy days. I think I asked the boys there what shot they wanted, and they said they wanted a sweep, so I think I got that one right. The one before I didn't. Just trying to keep the kids entertained. Oh, that's out. See ya, Skulls. That's a good ball. I didn't really commit my first step forward enough. That was a really good delivery. On your bike, pal. Pack 'em. Okay, now we've zoomed in again. Little forward press, well bowled. Yep, played that one pretty well. Got back, I blocked it straight. It's not a bad shot. Got deep in my crease, cut it pretty well, but should have gone a bit squarer. Reverse, oh, got bottom edge there. Better than the first one where I got hit in the pad, but at least I got something on that one. Try and flip my hands around quickly and then get through my reverse. I should have finished. See, I finished there. Yeah, see, I should have finished more outside off. I finished outside leg. Oh, well bowled. Skidded on. Fortunately, I kept it out. Oh, that's over the top. Hopefully, could be out. Mid-wicket. Should have got under it a bit more and whacked it for 6. Well bowled. Again, head's falling over a little bit, and I'm just sort of playing across it, slicing around it, rather than staying side on, blocking it dead straight. We've changed angles now here, guys. We're behind the net. Left arm spinner. Should have hit that a bit squarer and maybe got a single to mid-off. Instead, it went straight back to the bowler. Got my wristbands on. Nintin, good bowler. Maybe a 1. So there I got deep, used my crease. Probably could have gone further back, but I used my crease, hit the ball towards the top of its bounce, and I'm able to hit against the spin. And as you can see, I'm coaching, I'm talking through this video. So if you haven't seen this video, head back and see it, because I'm wearing the mic. Well, there's a little lap that goes square. I didn't quite get around the ball. I didn't get it as fine as I wanted. But if you haven't seen this video, and here I am talking to the bowler about his grip and how he changes his grip when he bowls he was bowling a lot of dooceras. He's a left arm ortho, and when he bowls the doosera, I was asking him. If you haven't seen this video, head back and sort of watch it. I'm talking through everything with my mic on. Leggy. Okay, not a bad shot. Hopefully pierces the gap. Again, maybe too much weight on my back foot. And as you can see, I waited until the net next door had finished their delivery, because the batter, and as it turned out, the batter whacked the ball into the net where it would have bent down to pick it up. So you always got to be mindful of what's going on around you and careful. Chatting to whoever's holding the camera behind the net. Well bowled. Again, squirting off the outside half. Well bowled. Need to just lock that sort of front side in, not let my back hit come around too much there. Well bowled. Skidder, slider from the leggy. The wicket obviously is bouncing a bit, which isn't always the case in India, but it was a pretty true wicket, a pretty good wicket to bat on. Facing 2 decent spinners. Left arm spin and leggy both spinning away. Oh, there's a nice shot on drive. I think I hit someone, maybe. Always asking the bowler, trying to get feedback from the bowler and learn what they're trying to do, how they're going about things. Well bowled, a bit quicker. Just when it's straight, trying to get my head and hands out in front of my front pad to roll that into the leg side and make sure I'm not getting a leading edge. But always trying to play with a full face and roll at the last second. Not a very good shot, that one. Not balanced. Bottom's hand came through, sliced it. Ball before I hit the on-drive was much better. Used my front side better. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. I'm happy with that one. I got that one premeditated. And yeah, I think I'm happy with that, as you can see. But premeditated, danced down, try and whack him over the top, and I got it. Let's flight it up. Nice shot, that one. On drive, kept my shape, left side in control. Didn't bring my back hip around as much. Nice shot through mid-on. Here's a new bowler, new offie. Oh, that stayed low, skidded on. That's the danger of going back in India. Sometimes it can skid on and stay low. So even though when you go back, you've got to keep your head forward and try and get your bat and hands out in front of your pad so you can adjust if it doesn't bounce. Well bowled, well bowled. Happy with how I played that. Covered the spin, but also covered the inside half of my pad. Here's a few people watching. Neha, friend of ours, we've got to know over the last few years. Okay, I could have done more of that, but just getting my technique right, backing across, blocking the ball down the wicket. Whoa, that's the one that's gone the other way. I think I've played it pretty well. I must have been picking him right by this time, but he's at wily custom. He was going away and sort of skidding them in. Little offie, full toss whack. Don't bowl there. I think I'm chatting away to the kids here, trying to be funny, give them some bant. These boys will bowl at you all day if you ask. Oh, again, right hand. So when it's been on off stump, as you can see, I'm not happy with that. When it's been off stump, my right hand has been taking over, my right hip's been coming around, and I've been slicing them rather than really locking in my left side and controlling the ball. Who's this bowler? Oh, it stayed a bit low. Awkward action, but decent bowler, it looks like. I think about this time, a lot of other guys were trying to get involved, try and get the Aussie out. Oh, got away with that one just. Again, another bottom edge. I'm willing to make mistakes in the nets to try things and expand my game. Reverse sweep, something I play okay, but it's always got to be on top of it. So always practicing it while attacking the stumps. Different game when bowlers attack the stumps. You've got to make sure you're using your bat. You can't play with as much freedom, I don't think. When they go outside the stumps, you can sort of play all around the ground with more freedom. Well, that's a good shot. Good use of my feet. I think I moved late there, which was the key. He didn't see me coming, and then I was able to get to the pitch. I think I'm telling the cameraman to turn it off. So guys, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Really enjoyed giving it to you guys, and really wishing we were in India right now. Cheers, legends.